Um, I know I'm the only one that's popping up on the screen, but there's a full room today. Let me just show you. So nobody's working. That's what it is. So, as announced, I don't know if anyone is listening to me, but it's all right. As announced, we're going through Flutter. I don't know if you guys know it, but hey, Heidi. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, but the first stable version came out like last week on Tuesday or Wednesday, something like that. And I was eager to try it out, and this opportunity came along, so I jumped right in. First of all, I'm not a mobile developer. I know nothing about neither Flutter or Dart or anything, not even mobile development in terms of in browser. But I'm going to do a live session of coding, so I hope you guys help me out because it's going to be easy. First of all, I'm Rui. Most people around here call me Lima, which is easier. I'm a front-end developer, mostly. And I work at dashdash. I don't know if you guys ever heard of dashdash. It's basically an awesome company that's building, professional grade computational engine for automating multiple sources of data and all that. It's pretty awesome. I'm going to showcase the application a bit because we're going to use it in a demo. So you're going to take a peek of what it is and how it goes. And you'll see some familiarities with software that I probably use every single day. But that's for later. First of all, if you want, follow me on Twitter. My handler is at RAPZO. It will be nice if you guys shout out something. Let me just open Twitter here. And I'll see if anyone is like dropping bombs or sending me to undesirable places. Oh, look. I'm not sharing. No worries. I'm sharing my face, man. It's better. Anyways, we're going to be about 2 hours here, so if you want, please say something. It will be nice. So let's give it a go. I'm going to share my screen so you'll not see my ugly face ever again. So let's do it. So if you guys know, first I can open the website for Flutter. So this is Flutter. I don't know how to say it because when there's two T's, they say R. So Flutter, but we normally say Flutter. But basically, this is a framework for developing mobile applications, platform agnostic. So you have a common language. You can choose between Kotlin, Dart, and a couple of others. I picked up Dart because I know nothing about Kotlin, neither I want to. And Dart is close to JavaScript, so since I'm mostly a JavaScript developer, I was hoping it will be like a seamless, I don't want to say integration, but you know what I want to say. But it wasn't, but we'll get into it. But basically, as you can see, it was just released, beautiful apps, blah, blah, blah. It's beautiful, all right. But performance-wise, I read some articles, and some people say it was a little bit under what was expected, but I think it was in alpha versions. It was beta for at least half a year until last week. But still, it will be pretty fast to build. and you'll see that it's kind of true. And we can like produce for Android and iOS at the same time. It's quite amazing. Um, but without further ado, let's make it happen. So that's great. First, you have to download the SDK. Everything's on the website. So if you haven't done it, you should. But I already did it. I don't want to piss you off with it. So let's get it into moving. I'm going to create a project. I'm going to call it Bananas because I'm surrounded by them. And I'm drinking beer, by the way. Japanese beer, props to Hugo. Thanks, mate. So it's open. It's created. So let's open and see what's what. I'm going to use VS Code because it works, and it has a. I don't want to say perfect integration, but it pretty damn well works. So I don't want to see this message. Well, so let's try it out. So first, it created something. So I have here a bunch of code. I don't really know what this is. Actually, I know, but I'm not going through it a bit. So we can go through the syntax. As you can see, it looks a lot like a typed version of JavaScript. It kind of is. Dart is an object-oriented language. Although it's built on top of JavaScript, it's purely object-oriented, I believe. And you'll see resemblances of lots of languages like Java and stuff like that. Everything is strongly typed, although you can have typing inference, like you can define a var something. I wish I could write, and if I do this, it would automatically will cast a string. So sometimes we don't need to add all this mumbo jumbo of them types. We can just put var, and since we are assigning something, the first assignment will make the variable the same thing. This is common like in Go, right? Yeah, lots of languages have this now. Anyways, first, this was created, so we need to create a new configuration so we can try out this stuff. But VS Code is a little bit slow sometimes with this stuff. I think it's looking for like what it can create or something. It will take a while. Otherwise, I can go like there's no. So I'm gonna copy one. So I'm gonna copy this file since this didn't open. So here it is. Tests, no tests. Bananas. So let's see how it goes. I don't want to run tests. I'm gonna run bananas. So here I can pick from the simulators. If you install everything, you can like showcase in at least 2 devices. I'm gonna roll with.
Sim. Experimenta fazer isso. Browser, não tem mais assim, não é?
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. How about now, guys?
Could open it in Safari.
Experimenta por which one to use microphone.
Experiência 2.
Tá
You
vendo?
hear it? Yeah.
Sim.
Probably was the Hangouts thing. Where were we? So we have this. We have a session. So if we put a breakpoint here, this is the error. Let's delete the error. We don't need this stuff. Oh, shit. Yeah.
Now the sound is going to stop.
So everything is working as expected. Let's only delete this stuff. I didn't press the button. I'm just going to put here a message. Hi. And we have a session. So with the session, what can we do? We can put the breakpoint. We know we have a session. We don't need to do this. We need a session so we can access the WebSockets. We develop all the communication in dashdash is done through WebSockets. So if we are changing a value in a cell, and a cell belongs to a view and the view belongs to an app, we need to download all this stuff in having the proper methods to mutate or transform, you name it, all the operations we're going to do in this bunch of cells. So in order to do that, we need to create a connection, and we can do it like in the same file. I don't see why not, because we're not going to touch this one again. So call it website. Maybe socket only. That's not fine. Again, I'm going to copy stuff because there's lots of stuff. One needs to. I'm going to copy maybe all this stuff here because we're running out of time. Aha! Another package we need to install. We'll need this. We don't need this. We need a private Ryan. So we need WebSockets. Socket channel. Which version now? WebSocket channel, right? Yeah. WebSocket channel. I'm gonna give it the version 1. Yes. So now sync. First, let's delete this. We don't need this. We need a channel, and the channel creates a bunch of stuff. So we're gonna use this class. This stuff is amazing. This guy developed this filled with documentation and stuff. It's marvelous. So we need a WebSocket channel. So we're going to create one. In order to create, we can skip the new keyword. In order to keep it simple, with this. And this is how we connect. We give the URI, we need the headers, we need like to simulate the origin is our application. This is like course. If there's a security issue and we shouldn't like show this, I'm sorry, backend guys, but for talks purpose, I need it. I'm gonna use it. Anyways, as we know, our first message to the WebSocket has to have the authentication token. This is how we secure the connection, and we trust it's someone we know or someone that can use the application. So we need a session token to be provided to the constructor. Again, the factory thing, it's wonderful. And I know for a fact that this is the payload, so no need to like dig in, look for what's what. And in order to subscribe to, we can like do this and explain later. So this, and what we need more. Factory, it probably is complaining because it's not returning client. So we're gonna give a client. Yes, we need a client with let's delete the cells as well as it's simple. And we're gonna give it the client. It's complaining about what?
Great
Channel is here.
channel.
You're right. If only I knew. So this is it. Client is complaining. Must be initialized. Right. It's a final. Like in Java. So you Java guys should love this stuff, this dark shenanigans. So we have something to do WebSocket connection, but this is not enough. We need to do something here in order to do the WebSocket connection. We can use the same thing like the future builder, but the WebSocket is a stream, and hence this isn't enough. So maybe we should break something, and let's call it here. What are we gonna call here? Build. Nah, we can keep this one here, but here instead of the column, we can have a stream builder. And the stream builder again has stream. I believe it's stream. Is the future again?
So we shall go in.
Yeah, stream. And again, we have to have something. So let's add it here. First, let's add the file. We need to import the client. Let's go to client here. Let's edit the client to the thingy. So what the client was a WebSocket. Damn, son. Jesus. Yeah, my throat's getting like really dry. So we need here the client. Why doesn't it doesn't? Let's go to the client again. Import this little guy here.
We're getting distracted.
I'm getting distracted. Yeah. Nuggets. Damn, man. Delete the counter. We don't need a counter. I don't want to eat now, man. Thanks. And we need a builder. Builder, again, it's context and snapshot. You know that there is people trying to listen to me.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you guys know it. It's for a fact. So I believe he's complaining about the stream. Isn't stream WebSocket? Isn't stream? Maybe it's not stream. Maybe it's something like future again. Let's see.
Let's see.
It's stream. He's complaining about.
the type.
Yeah, it's always that. We spend too much time working with JavaScript and then this stuff doesn't work. So the argument argue. Oh, you're right. We need a stream from the client. So now we have the WebSocket connected. No, we don't. Again, the getter stream was called with null, he says. Do I need like something like a wait or something? Let's go to our like sheet again, which maybe we do. Where is our stream builder? Here, we don't need nothing like.
The cells were the string, yeah.
What?
The cells were the string. Client cell string.
Yeah, but that's a different string.
Okay.
Yeah. We need a client, not a WebSocket channel. We need a stream. Oh, no. We need a stream and the WebSocket. Nah. We're gonna call it client here. And I was forgetting to do this. I know this is not the best practice in Dart to do something like this, or in any object-oriented proper language, but let's not get into details and say the snapshot. Oh, it's not here. My bad. It's here. No, it's complaining again with the type. Sync snapshot. So how do we solve this stuff? Because if the snapshot isn't something, we need to say, nah, it's the snapshot, and the snapshot is the stream. Where is the other window? Here it is. It's a client. But I think it's complaining because of this. Cannot be assigned to a variable type client. Yeah. God damn it. It has to be, man. Let's go to our cheat sheet again. Again, this is like the living proof. Shoots. It's true, I need to do the thingy here, but how could I forget this stuff, man? God damn it. So snapshot is our auth. So if it's our auth, as you can see, everything goes through dot notation because everything is strongly typed. Java guys are used to this stuff. JavaScript guys aren't used to this stuff at all. So we need a channel from the client, and the channel has a stream. Now it doesn't complain. And now we can do even. No, we're not going to do it. The application high, so it's running. You get into this, so we have authentication and we have WebSocket connection. If you guys don't believe me, I'm going to drop here a message. Basically, this is going to break, and I'll explain why it's going to break, but I'll do it anyways. Basically, I'm going to create here a function that I'm going to listen to the stream that I'm creating. And if the stream has data, I want the data to be printed. It will complain and, well, exit. Well, broke. Yeah, so here it is. It's a bad state because the stream has already been listened to. What does this mean? Basically, after digging a while, this stream builder and this stream key basically does it listens and registers a callback. So one stream allows one single um, listening event, doesn't allow multiple because that will be like memory leaks. So it's a good idea to alert when there's more than one listener to the same stream. And honestly, nah, I'm drinking beer. Thanks. And honestly, it's a good thing because we don't want multiple listeners, and at the same time, if we want to separate stuff from one stream, we should separate from one stream to the other. Our design department just entered the building and seen some chips and McNuggets. The world is lost. Anyways, so what we have to do basically is create another stream. There's a funky way of doing it. Please, this file I'm always going there. So let's call it stream of what?
Cells.
Can call it cells. Cells is a bit too big. I don't. Let's call it stream only. No, a stream controller. That's the guy. Yeah, and we may call it cells, or maybe store. We're gonna dump here lots of stuff. We're gonna do a stream controller dot broadcast. And now we are listening, and since store doesn't have an underscore, it's public. So basically, we're gonna print data, and here we're gonna add data to the store, but not just yet. We just need now to subscribe. Instead of the channel, we're gonna subscribe to the store stream. Hi, it's all right. And in the debug console, we be getting them errors. Oh, so we're not even authenticating properly. I shouldn't delete the error if error thingy. Good thing, good old console log, right? So something is wrong because we're not properly giving a token. The token is here. What's wrong with you?
What's the session on the side? On the main part?
Yeah, it's token. Let's see if we are like providing the. Maybe it's not data session, but it should be. Let's restart. Maybe it's one of those things. Like stop, kill this dude, getting them bananas. Ugh. What? Broke already? No devices found. Another sip. You guys. It smells like rotten chicken in here. Okay, well, this boots. I'm going again to like do a cheat sheet. I'm going, oh, an error occurred. Type string is not a subtype of type int. There it is. This was our error. Our timestamp is a string. Why? I don't know. Maybe it was the parsing stuff. So let's save it. Retry. everything is well now. So it's probably trying to authenticate and connecting to the WebSocket. Maybe not. No errors or nothing, so I don't know.
Maybe a long works.
Maybe what?
Maybe a long would work
A long?
instead of the string, or you have the hint.
Timestamp.
If it was long, with timestamp.
Oh, I don't know.
But you need to have the VPN on.
Yeah. It's one of those things. One has to stop and go again. Sometimes it happens. The live reload is good enough until it isn't, but we shouldn't complain because having something, it's better than nothing. And I wish I had like this for everything. Imagine developing C or C++, and you could do stuff like this. It would be amazing. So there it is. You're connected. Connection was acknowledged, and we have a keep alive heartbeat. So it's 10 seconds, right? There it is. So we are connected. We may proceed. Okay, so where were we? We were here in the construction. Let's again not worry about code quality. We need to add stuff to the channel. Jesus. It's too hot in here, man. Since we have the store, we have to do that wacky thing of adding store to the constructor, and somehow we have to create. There's no need for going up with the variables. They are hoisted. I could like create on the bottom, but I'm going to do it here. So I know for a fact that a cell is a string. It is a JSON object. I think this is the time for it. Before this, I'm going to copy again. We use GraphQL for our request response lifecycle, which is pretty neat. So I'm going to just copy them strings. GraphQL.dart. I'm gonna post it here. Basically, this is the way of like creating a multi-line string. In Dart, all the strings are template strings, so we need to escape. I don't know how to say it. The dollar, because otherwise this would be a variable. We don't even need to add the curly braces. We just need to add dollar the variable. Only if we go like with dot notation or square brackets, we need to have the curly braces. Otherwise, it works every single way. So this is loading a view. As we see in the view is the game, and the view has cells. Maybe we should get some cells in the beginning. As we can see, if you guys like took a spin, and you did with GraphQL, you know there's the attribute cells somewhere in the load view query. So let's kick it. Sending a query here is as simple as we can do it like at the very beginning. The type is data, right? I have it somewhere. Maybe not that. Let's see the client. Client. Operation. No, we don't need that stuff, so I'm going to copy this stuff. It's type start. Yeah, so I'm like going full rogue mode. I'm not using any kind of library for GraphQL client server connection. So basically strings. The server does all the things. The libraries for GraphQL, they only like manage our state and manage the way we do queries, and it's just aliasing basically for everything we need to do. So I'm going to split the view because I want to see this. So if the query is load view, let's call it the operation name. We want to load the view. The variables, the view, yeah, we want the view. The query, it's the load view query, which I didn't import. Okay. And there it is. So I'm going to do a thing that has to be done. I'm not like really famous with this development, but as you can see now we have multiple keep alives. This live reload thing is cool, but since we don't have a router installed, we're not killing the WebSocket connection, so it's creating multiple WebSocket connections because the previous applications weren't properly closed, and now we have like 3 or 4 maybe open connections. That's why the keep alive looks really fast. We got here the message for the view, and we have here the cells. We cannot like read them properly, but you can see some O's somewhere and some X's. Where are them X's? I cannot see an X. Anyways, what is there? We'll get to it in a bit. Let's just stop the application and so we don't have like 1,000 connections alive. Maybe we need to go here and do the same, like, and now let's put it up. But we can like go through the logs and see what's what, and we can get something out of it. So cells start here. So if cells start here, and this isn't the whole message. Oh, damn. So let's look for an ID because it's this looks like the only cell.
Yeah.
It's one cell, it is, right?
Looks like only one.
Yeah, damn, man. It's a big ass message. Well,
You can remove from the cell schema in the query.
good idea. We don't need all this stuff, so yeah, we don't need the app ID, we don't need the name, yeah, why not? The index, no, we don't need the file. Yes, we do, because if the server will like kick me out if I don't prove. As for it's a query. Let's take this stuff out. Font styles, no. Row styles, no. Need cells. From the cells, I'm going to
remove styles.
because I'm going to do upserts.
Oh, you
Yeah,
insert the
because
style.
now in the cell, but you need to provide everything, I believe.
Are you going to upsert from the app?
Yeah.
to the grid?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You can send all the text.
I think you can send a no. Just
Yeah, but let's
maybe
keep
just
it.
leave it.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
Style,
So
well, you can send us no versus no style.
But we don't restore again.
Oh my god.
okay, so we got this going, all cool and dandy, but our interface still sucks, and this code is getting massive with 70 lines of code. But it's getting like unbearable. So we have to do something here. Let's split into functions. This is the build function. So, oh, there's our cells. This time was completed? No, I cannot even see it because of my face. Well, what can we do? Well, we can like build our game grid. After all, this is going to be a game. In the game grid, we're gonna like drop some columns, right? So game grid. We need in the game grid probably nothing. So let's return. We need a column. Yeah, why not? This is aligned to the center. We're gonna make it to the This is a flex thingy, so play on, player. So, and now we need a grid view, and we're going to do a wacky thing, which is a count. And we're going to do a list of hints, and we're going to generate length 9, and the generator is an index. We don't need this, and it needs more stuff. I mean, yeah, this is so we need here lots of stuff, as you can see. The children is going to be this. Widget, plastic to widget. Leave past the list widget. Let's go to the cheat sheet again. This is painful stuff. So, and you're going to understand why, because everything is very declarative. Can I say this in English? Declarative?
Yeah.
So it's what it is. And here it is. We need this. It has these options like cross axis count, child aspect ratio, main axis spacing. Who in the world remember all this mumbo jumbo? I don't. So maybe if I was like a proper Flutter developer, maybe I did, but I don't. I'm not. So we don't need this. We only need this, and we're gonna return buttons. I'm gonna copy the buttons because the buttons it's even worse. So now I need columns for the buttons, and I need this. The button has text as well, so we can see how much we have to copy because of the comment here, which is wonderful. If only our life was copying and pasting. Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Stack Overflow. Hooray. Anyways. Got the column is complaining. Oh, I have here some errors, and I'm going to copy them as well because this is really simple stuff. And I'll explain in a bit what this stuff does. It's going to be really helpful for our game. And it's something missing as well. It's the function called press the button. Ah, we're going to need it. Yeah. Where's the errors? Here. I don't need this. So, see what comes out of this. Errors. Player. And that is. Well, something is missing.
You didn't call that function. Build game create, right?
I did, sure. Let's see, the error normally says what's going on. So I'm probably missing something. It's very verbose. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. I need to get them sizes, needs, layout, blah, blah. Listener.
Size missing.
Size missing. Where? Axis, direction, blah, blah, blah. Something is missing the size. And I don't know what. I think it's a text. I'm not sure, but I'm going to delete the text. Let's see if it goes. It goes in the text. Let's copy more stuff. Because this was working. So we have, maybe it's this in the column. I need this stuff. How would I copy that? So I'm returning the column from the list, which is returning a grid. It's basically the same thing. I need this. Maybe it's this. I didn't copy this, right?
No,
I did.
yeah.
I did. Ah, I don't have this one. Damn, man. So let's erase this. Forget about that little title. I knew it was a title. Go back. Delete this stuff. So I don't need this, guys. I need this one, right? It's not properly spaced. God damn. There. So, reload here. Working. Lots of WebSocket connections. Love it. Aha! Aha! We're getting there, mate. And I don't know why, but it looked like every time I click the button, it's calling this stuff again. And why is that? Can someone explain? I'm gonna need to stop this because this is a mayhem with connections. So what happens? We're getting this, and why is it firing lots of get view events? It's a nice question. Maybe the set state paints too much based on where the thing is, because I don't see another reason.
The game grid is called inside of the string.
Sorry?
That string builder is called only once, or is it called?
It's called
Every
only
time.
once, but it can be called multiple times because it's inside the state function. We can move it outside and put it in the stateless widget, which is this one, and then it will travel along with all then classes to the stateful and blah blah blah. So we'll guarantee that we have everything here before getting here. So if we need state, probably this stuff is re-rendering multiple times, and this stuff maybe should be outside a state class and a stateful widget. If this keeps happening, if this message happens, we're gonna do that because we don't want this to happen every time we press the button. And there it is. Is acknowledging the connection is basically doing everything every single time. So we don't want that. If we don't want that, I don't even know how we're gonna do it. So how can we here, because we cannot do a sync stuff in the main, I think. Yeah, I can. So wait, I don't need this. Bad habits, right? So maybe we should do this here before loading everything. So await login. Trying. Because it's not a feature, it's an off. And then we can connect and skip this builder nonsense that's like making pyramids in our code. So where's the client connect? Here it is. With this, we have the auth to the session. Arbos. I give the client is a client. It's complaining because this has nothing. So let's add a reference to the client here. And the builder has the build context, which basically is, I don't know. But maybe we don't need do this. This is the spread operator in Jesus in Dart key. It's weird. Yeah. Now it's this dot client. We do the same thing with key. I believe this is it. This is complaining. What? And now we are calling our homepage here and giving it a title. So this is where and now we need everywhere this stuff. So we need to give it here as well. And our thing with the client needs the client. Actually, we don't need it right now, so I'm going to skip this step and erase this builder things. Because we don't need it anymore. Center scaffold. That erases lots of code. It reloaded. It seems to be working. No multiple calls. To be sure, let's kill it. Run again. Because we need to be sure that everything is there. These dudes like think about speaking lower. I don't know. What do you guys think about Dart and the Flutter thing?
Looks good.
Looks nice, yeah. So it's true. We have the message, and it doesn't happen anymore. But we are still alive, so QA KA should be there. It is. So success. We are connected. We didn't need a stream builder. We reduced a bunch of code here, and but now we don't have here in the state. But we need something else. So let's go back to not the service, the client part. We need to pipe data that we get. So let's have this in mind, and we need to go through this data and get only the stuff we need. So this is the game, yeah, and this is the cells. So we need the cells, basically. We need this stuff. This stuff is what we're going to work with. So let's give it a go. We need to call it, I believe it's a map, but the var first. So cells, it's going to be a JSON decoded version of that data. I don't know if I can do this, but I'm going to try it anyway. I can do this. So let's call it JSON. Why? I'm stupid, right? Yeah. Well, Decoded. That's stop teasing me, man. Come on.
I would stop.
I want to see when you guys gonna do this. I'll be the best in the crowd. You'll see. Motherfucker doesn't know how to code. So we needed cells. Let's go with the decoded. Again, this is something I don't really enjoy. The JSON not being like mapped to a proper class, but makes some sense because I didn't declare it. So we need to go through the whole steps, like in the square bracket notation. So we need a payload. Oh, first we can only do this if our data or decoded data has the type equals. Yeah, there is no triple equals nonsense. Here it's only like 2 equals and we're done. And we need the type to be data, right? Oh. And something else. There's some cool ways in the payload, cool ways to do this in Dart, but again, I'm not really like a master of it. We have the type data, and what we have else, it's the operation name or something, right? Yeah, it's operation name. I don't remember if the operation name is in the payload or not. But
We can go to the DevTools of Chrome and you can see
Yeah.
the directory.
yeah, I didn't want to, but let's see. Network
What we have in the console also,
here.
if you prefer.
No, here it's only the data part, I believe. Yeah. I need this, and I need to see, get my user, for example. It has a payload and the data doesn't have an operation method or whatsoever. So payload, data, stuff. Method, stuff. So payload. Type data has to have payload and data, so it also have to have coded payload data and the name of the method, which was load view. If this happens, we on the map the cells. We can map of the cells going to be here, and the cells are decoded. Again, there's better ways to do this. I don't really know them from the top of my head. Cells. But this should be enough for us for the time being. Cells is not used. And we may not need to use cells. We can actually do something here, which is we have a stream, which is a store. And we can use that stuff, but also we can like have here in the class something like this. We call it cells. Channel. Cells. And here. Do the same thing. Cells is not defined, right? Huh? What? Yeah. Cells is not defined. Yeah. No biggie. There's an echo. You guys are trolls. Cells. Let's say cells. Cells was a map of a string, so let's say cells dot a. How am I gonna do this? let's create here the thing cells equals map string cell. I may create it here, right? He doesn't know what cells is, but we're gonna tell him what cells is. So we need an ID. We need, let's copy from the thing. So need the messages. I think we don't need the messages.
Nope.
We just need this.
Even the styles, you don't need it for your demo problem.
I don't need for the demo. I think, but I need for the absurds. New ID, and I'm going to store, and then I'd like to serialize, deserialize thing, and it takes care of it. So position is a map. Position is a map. I think they have tuples and stuff like that. We could use it, but screw it. So it's a string and then an int. Position. And the formula is a string. String to value. This is where I missed JavaScript because I would like dump everything in a place, and there it is here. I don't want to like go decode, and but if I want to store something, I have to convert it to something else. So, well, in a matter of fact, I could do something. So I map string and dynamic.
Just any. I can actually.
It's a dynamic style, and I just need the format. One thing, no, so again that wacky thing about this ID is dot view ID is dot position is dot formula is dot value. Is dot type is dot format and this dot style. Now I have Excel, cannot complain, complains about what's this cells. It's final and was given a value and it's glad, so you're right. I don't need it. What I need is push stuff into it. So cells, look, I can do a big thing of, well, man, you don't know what the cells is here. Yeah. At all, it says I can map. No documentation with this. Adds all key values, blah blah blah. So maybe we don't want this, or we can do that. We can do like a for final x in. I believe we can do this. Cells. And we can say x ID cell x. I have to, oh, no. I think I'm going to copy the, you know what? Let's say dynamic here, and let's go with it for a while. This is not the point of strong dynamic, strongly typed thingy. So gonna try one argument, but
You
got two.
probably don't want to use at all because you're iterating.
But that's the thing. At all. Complaining because I know now, yeah. It's key and value. It's even worse than this. So I don't need here this. It's even worse than this because it's a function. So I had it here. I'm gonna copy again. I had it somewhere around here. I don't remember where. I don't remember. Let's see. I have here the API. That's core. So here it is. So maps at all. Documentation stop. Make no sense. This add all thing. What is this? Jesus. Maybe from? No. Link dash map. Maybe add entries. It's the one I want. I keep on doing this. Add all. Well, if he says it's the same as something, then we can do this. Equals X. Stop complaining. Who said that? God damn it, I knew I needed the cells. So and now, sucker. And let's try it out. I think this time I'm going to put here breakpoint. We have only like half a dozen cells filled, so yeah. Now the cool part is I need to reload this stuff. So we have mapped the cells. We can do a simple demo because we are running out of time. Only writing when pressing the button, and everything else we can do it later. I will publish some stuff in an open source repository, at least the demo. Maybe not the sensible stuff because the application is not available. And if anyone wants, then it can. Oh, look, errors. It can contribute, open pull requests, do all that stuff. So it's crying that tried calling data out of zero. Data out of zero. I think I got it right. Let's try it again. I don't believe I have to stop everything else. So, decoded, type, data, payload, one item, value, 0, key, data. That's what we want. Get view. Yeah, this we should like get this straight because we have load view and get view. We should get this straight.
Because one of them is like the notation and the other one is like a variable only for us.
Yeah.
They have multiple queries using the same.
Get view. This will get us going. I need to continue. Blue. I need to stop. I need to run it again. See what people in the chat are saying. Probably everybody left already. Yeah, there's one guest. Hi. Someone spoke. Wait. No, I'm curious. Thanks. Yeah. Meanwhile, they left. No worries. It was a good run. Ah, no. Again, nothing of data. Isn't this?
Oh, but it's not good.
Oh, man. ¿Qué pasa?
Não se passa nada. Ficou despachado.
Hey, what's up? Help me here, guys. What? Oh, I think I have a condition here. I'm not sure.
You are typing like JavaScript.
I'm typing like JavaScript.
I was thinking that it's possible.
Yeah,
Like only.
because I have all this. Check this out. Yeah, the view and cells. I want this goddamn cells. It's only 7 of them. Actually, it should be 8, 9, I believe. But I didn't touch the other ones, so they don't exist yet. But some I wrote or did something. The others I didn't. So there's a no. There's an X. But well.
Different from null, something like that.
I don't know, man.
Really just
Fucking thing. Where am I failing? Because it goes here. Okay, let's try here. It goes there. Try calling data. The method was called on null. Liar. Maybe we need to like have data.
maybe it's not bringing in the view. Don't you have any other goals that may?
No, I'm not yet using this stuff. I'm listening to the other stream, so let's try like this. I'm not sure, but I don't know Dart well enough. And now,
Eu só enfio a variável e ele faz o funcional. Acho que não. Você cuida de JavaScript.
achas que é isso?
Eu estou começando a achar que sim.
O if assim faz um cast. Se ele é tipado, são fazer casts.
Porque
Mas eu don't know.
Vamos ligar.
O if do Java você tem que botar em porque não funciona. Isso aí deve funcionar. E a mesma coisa pro.
Mas se só tens esse pedido, tira a condição.
Tenho mais. Tipo, o keep alive, mais.
Mas o
Passa tudo aqui.
que palavra é capaz de não ter o type data.
Mas num absurd e no subscription, que eu preciso desses dois, eu ia passar. I didn't do a proper reset.
O Humberto chega agora.
Parece mesmo.
Já sei.
Não disable some for this film. Open your. Okay, we are here. Nah, that's not the thing. Oh man, I think we cannot do this. Chaining stuff. I have. I'm almost, yeah,
Tem que ficar tirando tudo.
I'm almost sure.
Olha no que você fez antes. Não tinha? Vê se você fez isso. Type of response,
Sim.
type.
Eu fiz aqui.
Ah, você pode.
Sim, supostamente deu. Tem que estar com
Já rodou de novo depois que ele botou pro nu? E deu o mesmo erro.
Cuba não tem.
Na mesma posição?
Cuba não tem. Muita ideia. Estava só aqui de um lado para o outro.
Let's go through the documentation. There's nothing better than API stuff. Language. This is the API. I want the language. So map. Jesus. I'm almost sure it's that. About maps. This is the place. About maps, what they have to say. They're flat. They killed everything. They're flat. That's the thing. Well, but I think we should continue another day. Maybe. Is it 7?
Or you put the solution in your on Twitter?
Sure. But maybe I'll record something.
And put it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And call it like another episode or something. And go through all the actions. And because the funny part is making this happen here. And it's really nice. And the best part is if you have 2 players, imagine you have even this in terms of local development. You have one with an emulator and you connect another one from USB. So you have 2 devices running, and you know you have two connections going on, so you can say player one, player two. One plays against the other, and our stuff is the backend. And we can like consult here. So it's pretty close, the solution, but it's 2 hours are gone, and it's a little bit more to do. But I'll do that. I'll record later, and I'll keep you posted. Thank you, guys.
Deal.
Yes.
Thank you.
We have time for questions.
Sure.
I have one question. So while you were developing this with, is it Flutter? Flutter, okay. So, yeah, but I didn't know how to say it, because of the question of how to say it. Did you think it's ready for production, that library? Yeah.
It's
Is
stable.
it stable enough?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty much stable. The whole core is documented. If you go like through the API, you can see they have everything. So let me API reference. API reference. The API is huge. Let me just pick here like the material, for example. This is only for styling. You have a bazillion of classes. And this is only the material class, only for like forms and components, visual components, only that. You can go like physics, it's smaller, yeah, because you can do much. But gestures, you have everything. You can build anything here.
Very nice.
Yeah, you don't have the performance of the native version,
Okay.
but you don't have the problem of different platforms, different software licenses in case of Xcode and App Store and stuff like that. So you can use like the same language and develop two channels, and the performance is nearly there. I tested it on my phone in the debug mode because it's the same. It's just connecting to via USB, and you can like roll it in the phone. It's seamless, and okay, it wasn't that much stuff. It may be heavier and may use more resources, but the experience was wonderful.
And what languages can you code on with the Flutter?
I know you can. I know you can do Kotlin and Dart. I'm not sure. I didn't explore the Kotlin part because I really not interested right now. Not because Kotlin is bad or anything, because I don't even have an opinion. But that is it. I don't know Kotlin enough to dive and take it for a spin. I didn't know Dart, but I knew Dart was on top of, or at least transcompiled, as they say, to JavaScript,
Okay.
at least for the browsers. So I was expecting some similarities. It was a bit of a shock because it's way more strict and more convention based, like the underscores and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And and the typing has lots of error handlers and lots of stuff that forbids you of doing something, and then you have to dig a lot to discover how you can like go around it and everything. But still, I didn't spend too much time on this. I was like in lunch breaks here and there, like looking at the code or looking at the documentation. I started this week, Monday, doing it, and I got this far.
Yeah, so you think it was easy to understand and develop, although you weren't a mobile developer?
I don't say it was easy. I just say the accomplishment is bigger than I was expecting. If you gave me like Xcode and Swift, and you asked me to develop something for an iOS device, I think I wouldn't get that far. Or even with Java and Android, I think I wouldn't get that far.
Okay.
But with this, I think I got it, and I see advantage in it. I think it's better than going full native and weird languages and weird platforms. But
Okay.
take it for a spin. It's really easy to set up. Really, really easy. and you can use it in IntelliJ as well. Actually, I started.
But you use IntelliJ.
I will stop recording. No.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.